Apex Legends Season 22 releases in less than 2 weeks on August 6th, and we've had a lot of leaks, rumors, and recent information from Apex themselves regarding next season, so I thought I'd summarize everything we are expecting in Season 22 into one video for anyone that might have missed the news. So Season 22 is called Shockwave, and we know this because Apex revealed it in their post about the Battle Pass rework. You can see it in the top left corner, and the season name Shockwave may have a link to the upcoming Lifeline rework, which we'll talk about later. But speaking of the Battle Pass rework, Apex will be changing the Battle Pass into 2 passes per season, each lasting around 45 days and consisting of 60 levels. And to sum it all up, the Premium Pass will still cost 950 Apex coins, but as there are 2 passes per season, you will earn double the amount of rewards, such as Apex coins, crafting metals, exotic shards, and Apex packs per season. They're also getting rid of a lot of the boring rewards from the pass, like the basic legend trackers. And at the start of Season 22, Apex will be giving everyone the Premium Pass for free as long as you complete some simple challenges in-game. And don't worry, for any solo players, these challenges will not require you to play with a friend. Whew. That's a relief. They will also be releasing an Ultimate and Ultimate Plus Battle Pass. So the Ultimate Pass will cost $10 and gives you an instant extra 8 packs and 1,200 crafting metals. And the Ultimate Plus Pass is $20 and gives you 8 extra packs, 1,200 crafting metals, 10 levels, and 2 legendary exclusive skins that are only available in the Ultimate Plus Pass. However, they do state that these are only exclusive for a year, so they will likely come to the Apex store after a year. I already made a whole video talking about how you can get tons of free rewards and being able to get a free heirloom from this new battle pass, and I'll pop that video up at the end of this one. Now, I did mention the Lifeline rework, and I have talked about this a few times on the channel, but the Lifeline rework was originally rumored to be coming in Season 23, but there's a good chance this is actually dropping next season. And there's many reasons for that, and one of those reasons is because next season won't have a new legend, so that makes sense for a legend rework to take that place. Also, the brand new leaked Lifeline ability that were leaked a while ago from Rindo might match up with the new season name. As I said, the new season is called Shockwave, and the brand new Lifeline Ultimate that was leaked by Rindo is called Shockbot 3000. So there might be a correlation there. And the Shockbot 3000 is a brand new Lifeline Ultimate that replaces the care package, which at the time of the leak in the developer build of Apex would create some kind of force field that pushes enemies back, but it can still be shot through. So imagine a bubble that enemies can't enter, but they can still shoot through, and they can shoot the drone that's creating the force field, which allows them to break it. Maybe like a reverse horizon ult, where instead of pulling you in, it pushes you away, and that could be pretty powerful during the final zone, or just giving you some space so that you can revive or heal your teammates with her drone. Obviously, these abilities were leaked from an inside source and are part of the early developer build, which feature Lifeline's rework. And since then, these abilities could have been tweaked or changed, but it gives you an idea of what the developers were working on. Her tactical was also greatly improved, where she still has a dock drone, but instead it can attach to you and your teammates and heal you while following you, and supposedly it could also automatically start reviving your teammates if it was near them or latched onto them and they got knocked. I think that would be a crazy improvement to Lifeline's tactical. And finally, she'll be keeping her revive passive, but she'll also be getting a passive where she can use her dock drone to glide for a short amount of time while in the air. Now, we only know this because Rindo shared one of her perks, and that perk was shown to increase her glide duration. So Lifeline with movement could be pretty interesting, but I'm excited to see how this rework turns out. But we're pretty sure it's coming, as multiple sources have leaked this over a long period of time, and Rindo shared images of the developer build of the game that had Lifeline revived, which is her rework. Now, the other big change in Season 22 is going to be the brand new map. The District map has been planned for a very long time. It was originally leaked over a year ago that we were getting this new map, which is kind of a city that takes place in Suotamo, the home of Crypto and Caustic, in the Electro District. And now we finally know this is coming next season, and we've got plenty of images of the concept art of this map, so we know exactly what it should look like. And we're pretty certain this is coming next season, as this map actually featured in the Season 21 launch trailer. You can see Alta, Horizon, Mirage, and Lifeline on the District map, where you can see some of the POIs, including the Caustic treatment, which was blown up in this trailer and caused a giant gas leak. So taking a look at the new map itself, it's going to be this map that sort of divides its POIs by these giant walls or dams. You can see one central POI which looks quite open with one big building in the middle and a giant wall surrounding it that splits off into some of the other sections of the map. So in the bottom left of the map, we have this Blossom Drive POI, which you can see is really beautiful. Now, just above Blossom Drive, you have the downtown element of it, where it's more compact, taller buildings. You can see a lot of advertisements going around. You can see this building in the middle. Looks like you can go all the way to the top on the roof, where you can see some blossom trees up there. A lot of elevation in this area, and one of those sniper towers right in the middle. Next up, we have the Suotamo City Hall, which is this giant building, a few zip lines around, and a jump tower nearby it. Pretty open. There's also what seems to be a big hotel next to that. It'll be interesting to see how much of that you can actually go inside and how big the building is on the interior. Then towards the top of the map, you can see this dam, and this sort of concept image shows this looks like a very fun POI, but it will be towards the edge of the map. There's also a gravity cannon at the bottom, so we might see gravity cannons on this map. Another POI is the Dry Dock Arcade, this big boat on the side of the map, which is set up like an arcade. I'm sure there'll be plenty of Easter eggs in there. Of course, we also have the caustic treatment that has a jump tower balloon going right through the middle of the building, so you won't be able to fight inside much of that building, but you will be able to zip right up through the middle of it. We also have the street market, which is down at the bottom near Blossom Drive, and I'm sure this POI will probably end up becoming a mixtape map because it is set up perfectly for that. And finally, you can see a big stadium on the top right with a giant blimp over the top of it. So a stadium in Apex could be an interesting POI. We've seen stadiums in other Battle Royale games, such as Warzone, and I think that could be quite interesting. We'll just have to wait and see. But overall, that is the new district map, which I'm super excited for. It's been a long time in the making, well over a year into development, probably even 2 years in development at this point. And let's just hope it's balanced. Now, we aren't far away from getting the patch notes for Season 22. They'll be dropping on August 5th, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of balance changes to the legends and weapons in there. We might see a Havoc nerf. Now that the Havoc reactive skin has released, I'm sure they'll be nerfing the Havoc pretty soon. A lot of players are waiting for that, so you can probably expect that. But also a change coming to the weapons. We do know that the dual-wield pistols should be just around the corner and will likely be released in Season 22, especially because Alta, who was released this season, is seen in a lot of her animations, in the trailers and posers, holding two P2020s at the same time. This change was probably planned for Season 21, but got delayed for some reason. Now, how this will work, it may be a hop-up, or just all P2020s and Mozambiques will allow you to pick up a second variant, which will only take up one of your weapon slots, but will allow you to use both pistols at the same time. And obviously, if you're dual wielding, you won't be able to aim down sight or have as much accuracy, but of course, you've got 2 times the firepower. It's going to be pretty awesome having dual wield pistols, and I'm sure those are set for next season. Now, we should also see a decent amount of bug fixes and quality of life updates, along with Apex addressing the cheater problem and at least taking some steps to fixing the game. And the reason I say that is because in their recent statement, where they talked about the Battle Pass change, they also mentioned that our priorities are their priorities, and they did address cheating, bug fixes, and quality of life improvements, and said they'll be taking their first steps, and we'll see these changes in the patch notes on August 5th. Now, these are just words, and of course, actions speak louder than words, so we'll have to wait for that. But I am hopeful that some pretty good changes will be coming in Season 22. But after the pressure that the devs have been put under by the community recently, I can definitely see some changes being implemented to fixing the state of the game. So it looks like Season 22 will have some pretty interesting and unique changes on the way, and I'll wrap it up by giving you a bit of a roadmap of potential events that are coming next season. Now, the codename for Season 22 was actually called Mania, and here are some of the codenames for the events during Season 22. We have Mania Dark, Mania World, Mania Light, and Mania Villain. So your guess is as good as mine with what the theming for these events will be, but we do know that Season 22 will also run over the Halloween event, so one of those is probably a Halloween style event where we'll have Halloween themed skins, and my guess is that Alta is going to be the villain for this year's Halloween. Obviously, it's been Revenant in the past, but I think Alta definitely has some tricks up her sleeve, and the lore might tie into this as well. And based on what we currently know, here are the heirlooms that might release released during these events. We have the Bangalore Heirloom recolor, and recently Bangalore did get a new inspect animation, so that does point towards this recolor coming next season. Pathfinder's Prestige skin was also ready, so that should be coming next season, along with a new artifact that may release that is based on a Karambit, which has also appeared in the game files. Anyway, are you excited for Season 22? A lot of people are disappointed with the state of Apex right now, and I'm sure it's hard to get excited for a new season when it's hard to find the game fun at the moment, but hopefully these new changes, along with some improvements to the state of the game, will make for a fun season. Only time will tell, but at least now you know what to expect.